Lobethal Lady still running on out wide on the track, and then came Prince Keystone, who has now got away from the rail. Better Music is now being ridden along, and they were followed further back in the field then, out very wide by Stella Maris, and Ackeraw King gives ground. Homeward bound inside the 400 metre mark and keep to the beat. Shifted ground is about 3 off the rail, and there's a run for Prince Keystone. Wider out Lobethal Lady is there from Better Music, Our Appeal and Stella Maris. Prince Keystone got that dream run up along the inside and went to the front inside the 200. On the outside, keep to the beat. Better Music battling away, and so is Lobethal Lady, but it's Prince Keystone in front. He's just about a length in front, getting close to home. Our Appeal is coming with Better Music, but Prince Keystone 1.5. Our Appeal, I think, second, and nose in front of Better Music. Fourth, keep to the beat. Lobethal Lady, Stella Maris, and about 8 lengths the other quartet, Ackeraw King, Dealer's Luck, Just Dynamite and Cambridge Shy.
The grey, and that's La Lolo, followed by Themes, and then Mistress Zoe, Misty Mrs. Locked Away, and then Special Occasion, Babbling, Miss Santiago. Clutch the Straws again past one, and that being Touristic. They head along to the 550, and Jizzy about a length clear on Cossamar. One away third is La Lolo, locked in, followed by Mistress Zoe. A length into Themes from Special Occasion. Out off the track is Babbling. Misty Mrs. got nowhere to go and has got 3 behind her, and they Clutch the Straw, Miss Santiago and Touristic as they wheel for home, and Jizzy in front from Cossamar, Mistress Zoe. A length to La Lolo locked in, and the favourite can't get out, Misty Miss. 150 to go. La Lolo gets the split and quickly hits the front. La Lolo clear. Themes running home pretty well on the outside, but La Lolo in full flight, and La Lolo from Theme. Special Occasion ran third, and then Mistress Zoe. Cossamar, Jizzy, Babbling, Misty Miss, No Luck, Miss Santiago Clutched the Straw, and Touristic was last. Very competitive. Only about 4 lengths would cover the field on the line.
Metalwood found himself in front by almost 3/4 to in second placing Pomcell. The grey 2 lengths away third is Prince Misty, being covered up by Bonbo. Then Carly the outside inclined to pull, followed by Ass Again. Auspice the centre is 6, and around it now Diamond Heist on the outside, followed by Navajo Poet. A length away Wronger Franca, 2 lengths to Belcapine, Dark Energy, and Laird's Ace. At the 650 down the side, Pomcell within ahead of the leader Metalwood. They're about 3 in front of Bonbo on the outside of Prince Misty. Carly a 5th on the outside, followed by Ass Again. They're stringing out a break of 2.5 lengths to Auspice. Looks to be travelling okay, followed by Diamond Heist, Navajo Poet. Wronger Franca well back around the turn, followed by Belcapine. Laird's Ace is second last, and Dark Energy last. Inside the 300 metres, Metalwood pulls the whip, quickly tackled by Bonbo on the outside, then Pomcell. Ass Again from well back, followed by Auspice down the outside. Bonbo hit the lead at the 100 metre mark. It's just in front of Metalwood. Then Ass Again on the outside making ground, but Bonbo's in front. Bonbo wins the St Patrick's Cup. Bonbo by 3/4 to Metalwood. Ass Again on the outside has run third, and close up Auspice. Just in behind them came on the inside Pomcell, then Prince Misty, Navajo Poet, followed by Laird's Ace.
Greg Childs on board. They've got Millwood now. Field ready. They're set and away. La Baraka and Loafer began okay with Classic Day. They're going to come again to the inside. Cairns Love going forward in the early part. As they settle down, Millwood with plenty of pace at the 950 metre mark is headed off now by La Baraka, who sprinted to a good advantage in the early stages. Accepted moved up to second. Loafer moving up on the outside of it now. They're followed then by Drop Anchor going to fourth from Classic Day. Millwood getting back on the inside, and then Cairns Love it springing in a good way back. And Kalani Boy whipped the field in. They've got about 550 to go, and the leader is La Baraka, a length and a half to Loafer. Accept over on the inside third, followed by Drop Anchor, Cairns Love outside it, and then Classic Day. 2 lengths to Millwood. It's Spring Again is a good way back, and Kalani Boy at the 300 metres now, and La Baraka the leader by 2 to Loafer, and Accept, Classic Day under pressure. Then Cairns Love, and they're followed by Millwood and Drop Anchor, but La Baraka at the 200. She put 2.5 lengths. Here's Accept, who's starting to get into second placing, but La Baraka the leader from Accept. Classic Day the outside, but La Baraka is too fast. La Baraka beat Classic Day a length. Accept will be third, just in front of Loafer, and then Millwood. It's Spring Again, followed by Cairns Love. Back behind them to finish Kalani Boy and Drop Anchor, weakened badly to be at the end of the field.
Further back by Liberal Way, a half the outside Eastern Symphony, 2 away nearly, then to Rural Dancer. About 4 to Gimpy Merv and 2 further back, last of all Strike Breaker. They're stringing out now and Alabar took up the running. Alabar by about a length as they go by the 1400. Second placing Military Honour, third placing the outside Celtic Brave, now going to second. They were followed 2 lengths further back by Spirit Level, and over on the inside nearly a length away Legal Hand. A length and a quarter off to Eastern Symphony, the centre. Over on the outside Raise Your View is 3 deep and just easing back in behind those Liberal Way. Then 2 lengths further back to Rural Dancer, 3 lengths Gimpy Merv and 1 length to Strike Breaker. In that order they slide down the side by the 1,000 metre mark now, and it's Alabar by a half length Celtic Brave. Third placing on the inside Military Honour. A length away fourth was Spirit Level, followed by Raise Your View, going on with it 3 deep from Legal Hand back on the inside. Eastern Symphony next, followed 1.5 to Liberal Way, about a length then to Rural Dancer. Then came on the outside Strike Breaker, and Gimpy Merv is back to last. Around the turn now, and here Celtic Brave is having a crack at this leader, Alabar. Military Honour in need of a run on the inside. Spirit Level the outside with Raise Your View. He is attempting to get away from the rail now on the favourite. Then came Eastern Symphony, followed by Legal Hand as they work around the home turn where Celtic Brave is having a real challenge with Alabar. Spirit Level, he's still trying to get a run on the favourite Military Honour. It's not there at the moment. He had to go back in, wider out. Eastern Symphony has raced up to them. Now the run comes for the favourite, but Eastern Symphony hit the front. Military Honour is after it, but he's struggling now, and Spirit Level's getting through. Then Alabar and also Celtic Brave and Raise Your View. Eastern Symphony the leader, Spirit Level coming, then Military Honour and Alabar the inside. Here's a great go, and Legal Hand down the outside. It'll get up. Legal Hand got there from Spirit Level. Third might be the favourite Military Honour. Alabar the inside. Raise Your View is in there. There's a line of about 5. Further back Eastern Symphony. They were followed then by Celtic Brave.
Forward Alimony, then Prevailing Night as Aria Lass gets back a shade. Legends is up looking for the front spot too, and as they come down the home straight, Sir Libra's going up towards the leading group, and the same can be said for Mon Prince, but a lap to go. Alimony on the inside and Legends dispute the lead from Mon Prince wide, Sir Libra the middle, Prevailing Night the rails, then Newlander and Aria Lass. On the fence is Zarissa as they turn out of the straight from Biscabello, Expect a Star, a length and a half to Alla Lord, and then Darcy Dancer, Baldred tightened up. And last of all is Countershot and Wide, thank you, as they work to the back of the course. Along near the 1200 marker, and Legends leads the way by a length on Mon Prince, third Alimony. Aria Lass wide out fourth, and travelling fifth the Canberra Galloper, Sir Libra. 1.5 to Newlander on the outside of Prevailing Night. Then Mon Prince, Zarissa locked away in midfield from Expect a Star, and then Countershot from Alla Lord and 2 Darcy Dancer in company with Baldred. Aria Lass's little rider Cameron Swan letting it have rain. It was trapped out very, very wide and scoots to the lead now at the 800. Aria Lass 2 lengths clear now. Travelling in second place is Mon Prince. Third over on the inside rail, Legends. A length and a half further back comes on the outside Sir Libra from Alimony, and then Expect a Star moving forward from Newlander, and then Prevailing Night. Good margin off. Next on the outside is Countershot, followed on the inside by Zarissa, and then comes Biscabello, Darcy Dancer, Baldred and Alla Lord. Travelling to the corner there, packing right up. 350 left to go, and it's Aria Lass. More than a length clear on Mon Prince as they straighten. Sir Libra third, Alimony fourth on the inside. A length further back is Expect a Star, and Prevailing Night and Countershot heads the others from Darcy Dancer. Here's Alimony going out after Aria Lass now, and Sir Libra heads the others, but quickly Alimony races to the lead and put the issue beyond doubt in the twinkling of an eye. Alimony wins, second placing Aria Lass, Prevailing Night third from Darcy Dancer, and then came Sir Libra, Countershot, Expect a Star, Newlander, Mon Prince, Alla Lord, then Biscabello, Zarissa, and the last 2 were on the outside Baldred and the inside Legends.
Big one of the afternoon. Track is cleared. All set. And they're off. Dane Ripper began well from a middle position, second coming away fast. Court of Honour settling on the pace with Marble Halls. Always Aloof is going forward with the blinkers on, followed by Rustic Dream, Batavian He's Regal. Second last Doremus and Delinquent whip them in, and second coming dawdling through the first part of the race, led by 3/4 to Always Aloof. A length and a half to Dane Ripper, beautifully placed outside of Court of Honour. A length further back is Marble Halls, He's Regal, the rail, 2 lengths Batavian, Delinquent. Rustic Dream is second last, Doremus last of all, 10 again from the leader. And as they race to the 14.50, second coming the 3-year-old, about a length and a half in front. Always Aloof had moved up to second. On the rails, third, Court of Honour. One away fourth is Dane Ripper on the outside. Back on the rails then came Marble Halls, 2 lengths Batavian. A neck away on the inside, He's Regal. They're followed by Rustic Dream. Second last, Delinquent, a length and a half. Doremus last of all. They've gone past the 1,200 metres. Second coming, 3/4 of a length in front. Di has Always Aloof running second, a length and a quarter away, Court of Honour. Then came Dane Ripper in fourth placing, 1.5. Marble Halls with his mouth open on his outside. Batavian, He's Regal back the rail, followed a half length Rustic Dream, then Delinquent and Doremus last, 12 off the leader. They're coming along to the 800 metre mark. Second coming a half in front, Always Aloof. 2 lengths back, Court of Honour, a neck Dane Ripper. 2 lengths Marble Halls, has been no change. Batavian outside him, then He's Regal, Rustic Dream. Second last, Delinquent on the inside and Doremus last, and they're starting to bunch when they come around the home turn. Into the straight, second coming the leader. On the outside, Always Aloof. Dies pulled for the whip, and they're followed by Court of Honour. Dane Ripper's coming with a run on the outside, clear of Marble Halls, and a long break to Batavian. Second coming in front. Here comes Dane Ripper now. Dane Ripper has raced up on the outside at the 250 metre mark to challenge for the lead. She paused the pressure on Dane Ripper and raced 2 in front from Always Aloof, Marble Halls. Here's Delinquent on the outside, but it's all Dane Ripper. Bart Cummings and Stephen King 5 in front, and Dane Ripper bolts in the Australian Cup. Delinquent got second, another Cummings, Quinella. Marble Halls is third. Then came Always Aloof over on the inside, followed by Court of Honour, Batavian, He's Regal, Rustic Dream, second coming Wilted. Doremus towards the end. The great man.
Sort themselves out. There's Zoffanoba is one of the leaders. It's looking for the lead as they start to sort themselves out with Hot Capers on the outside. Now Hot Capers go to the front, but only for a moment or two because He's Ideal's gone around it. Majestic Lake runs up to third. Zoffanoba is about fourth on the inside with other runners around it. Bill's Lad, I think, is one of those. Further back in the field, then came Meriki. Then over on the inside, Dry Shane travelling nicely early. Another 2 lengths to Colonel Tom. Next, the inside, Grey Copter, and they were followed another length and a half away then by Vivace and Colonel Thomas with those, and also over on the extreme outside wide is Mr. Jack Hammer. 2.5 Queen's Indian and Pound Shilling last of all. He's Ideal trying to pinch this, racing down the side at the 800. Drew out 2.5, nearly 3 in front of Majestic Lake, Bill's Lad. They were followed by Hot Capers, Zoffanoba. 2.5 away, Dry Shane, who should be suited by the speed up front. 2 lengths Colonel Tom out of the second pack, giving ground. Meriki drifts back to near the tail. Ahead of it is Grey Copter, followed then by Royal Consort. Around the outside wide was Mr. Jack Hammer. It's not seen the rail. Further back, Vivace, Pound Shilling, Queen's Indian and Meriki has eased out of the race. Around the turn for home now, and the leader is He's Ideal by a length and a quarter. Second, Majestic Lake, Bill's Lad third, and now Dry Shane, the favourite, is starting to dig very deep out wide. Zoffanoba's got the head to the side, but they race to the 200 metre mark, and Dry Shane swept to the front. Switching back between horses, Royal Consort is starting to put in a big run, but Dry Shane drew to the front in the closing 50, and Dry Shane's home. Dry Shane scores by about 2 lengths on the line. Dead heat nearly for the miners. Majestic Lake on the outside of Royal Consort. Zoffanoba, which raced greenly down the straight. Then came Pound Shilling, Colonel Tom and Bill's Deal.
Up and not far back, Monterey Bay and Inshallah. He's a Good Bloke is next, and over on the rails, Janelda, seen before the widest runner as they go down to the 100 metres. And here, the old fella, He's a Good Bloke, runs to Elder and Bombardment, about 3 to Diabolical on the inside of Inshallah, and the last 2 back in the saddle and Big Opera. Out of the straight they travel, going up past the 1300, and He's a Good Bloke bowls along 2 lengths on Pine Puppet, a length of the heavily backed El Zabana, followed by Monterey Bay, going past Monterey Bay, the inside Janelda, and a length Bombardment, seen before, can't get on the track. Diabolical's over on the rails, 2 lengths to back in the set 2 on the inside, back in the saddle from Inshallah, and 2.5 to Big Opera. They race down towards the 1,000 now, and He's a Good Bloke in charge, about a length and a quarter clear. Pine Puppet second, and Monterey Bay going up 3 wide, followed by El Zabana, being given every conceivable hope by John Powell. On its inside, Janelda, a length seen before, wide out. In the middle is Bombardment, Diabolical on the rails, a length to Big Opera, back in the saddle, and Inshallah. They're bunching a little now towards the 600, and He's a Good Bloke in charge, a length and 3/4 Pine Puppet, a half to Monterey Bay, a length to Janelda, Janelda, and a half length then on the outside to El Zabana, followed by on the outside seen before then Bombardment, Diabolical, Big Opera, and back in the saddle and Inshallah, the last pair as they come to the corner. 300 out. He's a good bloke in front, a half length on Monterey Bay. A length away third is El Zabana called upon, but Monterey Bay got to the lead now as they straighten up narrowly from He's a Good Bloke. El Zabana still 2 lengths from Monterey Bay, followed by Diabolical and Pine Puppet. The leader Monterey Bay. El Zabana's going after him. Monterey Bay still in front. El Zabana closing the gap, but the post will be too close, and Monterey Bay wins it. A darn good performance to do so. Monterey Bay beat the heavily backed El Zabana, third Diabolical, and then came Janelda, Bombardment, He's a Good Bloke, Inshallah, Big Opera, followed by Back in the Saddle, and the last couple seen before, and Pine Puppet.
And thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen King. Stephen, congratulations. First, 11 to go.
I hope so, yeah. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first of all, I mean, to get the opportunities to ride for Bart Cummings in these major races, it is a wonderful thing because you always know his horses are going to be spot on and they're always up to the task. To Bart's staff, Joey, Nigel and the boys down there, they do a great job. To the owners, thank you very much. To Dane Ripper, she really tried hard today and she won with great authority. I'm sure if Martin Power was here today, she would have really stretched him too. And also just to Victorian Racing Club. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. That concludes our presentations.
Paging Peter Tennant. Peter Tennant, please go to the scales.
Grosvenor, and Boldfront the outside now is third, followed by Jacob Carson, Alkira in Spirit, second last Even Happier, and Impress Me had dropped out to last. Towards the 1100 metres, Lord Grosvenor went to the lead by a half to one the outside. Alkira now travelling up into second placing, joining the leader. In Spirit now 3 wide, travelled up to be third, followed by Boldfront, who won't settle down for the moment. It's outside Jacob Carson, 4 wide, Even Happier going up towards the lead. Long Hour, after leading early, is now second last to Fence and 2 lengths away the grey last Impress Me. In Spirit went to the lead by the 800, a half away on the outsiders Even Happier, a length and a half to Lord Grosvenor the Fence, and up on the outsiders Alkira. Jacob Jacob Carson out 3 wide the fifth, a break of almost 2 lengths to Bowl Front. Now he's settled down better. Third last on the outside of Long Hour, and 2 lengths away Impress Me. Around the home turn, near the 400 metres, a line of 4. In Spirit, Even Happier. Now 3 wide going forward as Alkira, 4 wide as Jacob Carson. Then Lord Grosvenor. Bowl Front the grey needing a run. Trelaw pulls to the extreme outside. 2 lengths away Long Hour, and Impress Me last towards the 250. Jacob Carson out wide, reached the lead from In Spirit the inside. Lord Grosvenor boxing on. Bowl Front's under pressure, and here is Impress Me from well back getting out. Jacob Carson out wide, quickly tackled by Impress Me. Impress Me hit the lead. It's come from last, and Impress Me wins by 3/4 to Jacob Carson. Alkira third, then Bowl Front, Lord Grosvenor, In Spirit. Second last was Even Happier, and back at the tail, Long Hour last.
Thank you too, Lucy. To Mr. John McLean of Francis Street in Ascot Vale. John, if you'd like to make your way around to the Secretary's office, we'll make sure that...
Last to move in is going to be Virtual Reality over at the 1400. 8th of the day. So Swayze drawn the inside. Let's Cut Loose in gate 2. Virtual Reality moves into the outside barrier, number 11, and they're set to break. All set. Away they go. Virtual Reality getting back at the tail, and Glass Cutter was the first to bounce out ahead of My Bodyguard. Let's Cut Loose. Swayze, Cut Up Rough is up there, and Royal Blue going on. Zuccarino settling off them early, followed by Tauke, who settled down about third last now. My Bodyguard works to the lead over Glass Cutter. Royal Blue up to second now. Zuccarino settling fourth on the outside of Let's Cut Loose. Swayze seemed to get on heels and lost a bit of ground. Cut Up Rough around him, being followed then by Super Lad. 2 lengths further back in the field is Carnelian, and inside Tauke and 2 Virtual Reality. My Bodyguard went to the lead clearly near the 800 metre mark. 2 lengths to Royal Blue. Moving up third, Zuccarino outside. Glass Cutter over on the inside, and they're followed by Let's Cut Loose and Cut Up Rough wider out. 2 lengths to Super Lad. Tauke, Sir Swayze a good way back. Carnelian second last, and Virtual Reality was last coming to the outside when they corner at the 500. My Bodyguard flattened in about 2 lengths to Royal Blue and Zuccarino. Let's Cut Loose looking for a run clear. Cut Up Rough down the outside, nearing the 300. My Bodyguard is flat to the board. Zuccarino and Royal Blue race to the lead together now, clear of Cut Up Rough and then Super Lad. Zuccarino and Royal Blue at the 200 metres fighting it out. Hammer and Nong Tongs, and here comes Cut Up Rough starting to descend. Zuccarino has the better of them. Cut Up Rough and now Super Lad in turn. Zuccarino, Cut Up Rough, and Super Lad dived. Oh boy, Super Lad put a big bound in, and Zuccarino, there's not much in it. Cut Up Rough between them third, clear of Royal Blue and Carnelian from My Bodyguard. Next, Let's Cut Loose, a break to Swayze. Tauke well back all the way. Glass Cutter one of the last, and Virtual Reality was last of all. There's the official photo. Looks like Super...
Side buyers and sellers into a nice spot from Dulcibella getting back. They were followed further back in the field by Shandon. Ptolomeo Ken began okay but is wide. Further back in the centre was It's My Secret, followed then by Trelawney Boy, and Chappie has dropped out of the tail of the field 3 lengths, so I'm not too sure what happened there. They turn for home and Spot the Demon led by a half to Atkins Street. Sunny Star behind them, wider out. Keeper Lily's running a big race. It's looking a big threat. They were followed by buyers and sellers, and further back then Shandon trying to get a run through. Wider out the track, Brave Masque, and now looking for room 2 is Mystic Angel. Spot the Demon, the leader, grabbed quickly though by coming at it Keeper Lily, and now Shandon. Shandon races up on the outside, and in a twinkling has raced to the lead, and Shandon races home to score nicely by 2. Second placing Keeper Lily, third might have been Ptolomeo Kim with Brave Masque. Mystic Angel, buyers and sellers, Spot the Demon into Atkins Street together with It's My Secret. Late down the outside to Chappie, not sure what happened there. Sunny Star further back in the field with Dulcibella, and Trelawney Boy was last of all.
On the inside now, Shannock moves up into the line. Starter Paul Ahern to the top of the platform. Galilean about to link up into a middle position. Stephen King on board. Scored a magnificent win on Dane Ripper in the Cup. Away they go. Galilean a little slow to move. Ronwin also towards the end of the field. Our Pompeii and Knight's Word began okay with Marcent down on the inside, but Mr. Zig is going up very quickly in the early stages, and so too is Rusty Saint when they settle fully into stride now, with Stonington second to last. Sorting themselves out, 1400 to go, and Mr. Zig went to the lead. Rusty Saint 2 lengths away second. Knight's Word is third. One further back then Dibbles Dane moving up to fourth around Sailor's Carriage. One Marcent, Kaylee Moonlight, Ronwin 3 wide. One to Our Pompeii, who's drifted back, followed by Shanoak, 2 lengths to Stonington Galilean and 3 or 4 lengths to Rubery. Mr. Zig running them along at a good tempo, heads to the 1,000, about 3 on Rusty Saint. A length away to Knight's Word on the inside, 3/4 to Dibbles Dane, having a better run today. A length away to Sailor's Carriage over on the outside, followed then by another one, Ronwin, trapped out wider. One further back, Kaylee Moonlight, outside Marcent, a length and a half to Our Pompeii and Shanoak. Stonington getting up on the inside, and then Galilean second to last, and Rubery at the turn now. Mr. Zig had slowed them down a little approaching the bend. He's going to come round the home turn about a half on Rusty Saint. Dibbles Dane moving up 3 wide, and Rodwin pushed out 4 wide, sweeping around the home turn. Knight's Word just behind the leading horse, and Stonington's got right up behind them as well, needing a little bit of luck. Sailor's Courage needs luck to get out of 4. Kaylee Moonlight down. Our Pompeii went right over the top of him. At the 300, Dibbles Dane raced up. Knight's Word got a split. Knight's Word hit the lead over Dibbles Dane. Stonington a length and a half behind, closing, but needs to get a run. Knight's Word in front, kicked a length and a half on Dibbles Dane. Stonington died on the run. Knight's Word by a length and a half, and Knight's Word wins it 2 lengths to Dibbles Dane. Stonington third. Marcent fourth on the inside, then Shanoak. They're followed further back in the field by Sailor's Courage, Ronwin, Mr. Zig, Galilean towards the end, Rusty Saint, Rubery last over the line. 2 horses that fell to their feet. They've cantered past the winning post.
Carinish is back third last. With them, Tutti Flutie, the inside Silk Mahal, and last of all, Colonial Ballad. Good even speed at the 800, where the leader is really a game by a half in front of Hand Sign. Third, Razorback around the outside, 3 wide. Bocazza steadies up in the centre, possibly perfect, improves around her. Over on the inside, Festival Fair under 600 a run from Laybeal, ridden along from Colonial Ballad. Carinish back with Silk Mahal, and also back there with them too was Tutti Flutie. Around the turn for home, 400 out now, and Hand Sign swept to the lead. Bocazza getting a run. Wider out, Razorbacks putting in an effort. Really a game is still there, but it's now Hand Sign, the leader, from on the outside. Bocazza getting to it, and Razorback is really worrying the pair of them. Bocazza hit the front now. Razorback and laid out wide, Colonial Ballad. Still there, Hand Sign. Bocazza shot clear though, and Bocazza's going to win it. Second placing, Razorback. Third's going to be tight. It'll go to the Boulder, Colonial Ballad, but Bocazza won easily. Second placing has gone to Razorback. Colonial Ballad third. Hand Sign just wilted a little forward.
Poetic Fire, and the deepest runner is Great Trip as they charge around the first corner, and Incognitus leads the way. Great Trip is running up into second, Posse travelling third is Our Red Boy. A length and a half further back, Deep Master and Privy Council and Vain Victor. Poetic Fire, then Can Cool. Followed on the inside, Farzak Keg. We
To 4 deepest, Poetic Fire going down the back. A length and a half to Can Cool, followed closely by Farzak. Out wide as We Say So. Yeager's second last, and Grand Escape at the tail of the field as they go by the 800 mark. And there's been no dawdling so far. Great Trip the leader. Poetic Fire second. Incognitus third. 2 lengths away, Our Red Boy. Deep Moss on the fence. Vain Victor 3 deep. Can't get in. Followed by Farzak, Privy Council, Can Cool. We Say So is 4 wide, starting to make a little ground, tracked up by Grand Escape. And Yeager's last. They're bunching tightly at the 400 mark. Great Trip is a clear-cut leader over Incognitus. Poetic Fire under pressure third. Deep Moss flat to the boards on the fence, followed by Vain Victor, Can Cool, and the widest runner, We Say So. In the straight, Great Trip the leader. Incognitus closing fast. Incognitus coming at Great Trip, 2 lengths away. Deep Moss. Incognitus took the lead from Great Trip. Deep Moss is running on strongly, and We Say So has run a hell of a race. But Deep Moss is charging at Incognitus. Deep Moss came home far the better, and Deep Moss beat Incognitus. Now it's a 3-way go for third. Great Trip is there with We Say So, and Grand Escape is flying home right on top of them, followed by Farzak, and then Can Cool, Yeg and Vain Victor, followed well back by Privy Council, Our Red Boy and Poetic Fire.
Riders who fell in the last, Brett Preble,
who came off Kaylee Moonlight, has a bruised right knee. Otherwise, he's okay. And Michael Carson, who fell from Our Pompeii, has injured his left thumb. But other than those minor injuries, both Brett Preble and Michael Carson escaped injury in the final event.